Practice set 10, problem number 2. Determine the sum, average, and range for each hour, then plot the data points for both the X-bar or mean chart and the R or range chart. A control chart is a picture of a process as it occurs. The chart is developed with the passage of time and shows how a process is doing. This process chart is for cutting steel bars to the desired length of 4.65, and to create the chart we're going to start at the bottom here. On this date, at 3 o'clock and every hour after, they pulled 5 samples from the production and measured their lengths. We want to find the average and the range so that we can plot those values in this chart. So if we add up the 5 values here, we come up with a sum of 23.17. To find the mean or average, we'll divide that sum by 5, the number of items, giving us a value of 4.63, and the range is found by taking the largest value, 4.67, subtract the smallest to give us a measure of variability, and the result is 0.07. We would continue on with each of the samples for the hours that they were pulled and measured, and then we'll be ready to take that data and graph it. We'll start with the mean values. We're going to graph the mean values for the samples that were taken. This has the scale already on here. They're going by hundredths. We're at 4.60. We'd have 4.61, 62, 4.63, and continuing on up. So the first value is at 4.63. The next hour we had an average length of 4.64. We had 4.66, 4.69, one away from our upper control limit, where 99.7% of the data should be falling between the upper and the lower control limit. At 7 o'clock, the next hour, we're back down to a 4.64 and then a 4.61, which is approaching our lower control limit. Connecting these, it's telling us the result of the average measurement during each one of these hours. To fill in the bottom part of our control chart here, we have an R chart for range, and we'll use those range values that we found for each hour. On the first hour, we had a variation measurement of 0.07 of an inch. The next hour, we had 6. The next hour was 3, 2. Then we went to a 4, and last a 0.03 of an inch. Connecting those is showing that our consistency between the parts is rather strong or wide. If we were consistently cutting them, we would have a value very close to 0, if not 0.